So, hello guys, long time no see. I've been off YouTube for a while now, but then we're back and active, and I'll be dropping our videos as we usually do so that everybody could actually get the most out of it and the best out of it. So, in today's video, we'll be back testing what happened in the course of last week, so that's probably when you are watching this, you could also be back testing, or probably you could just follow up with this so you could get proper understanding of what we'll be doing this week. So without any further delay, let's jump right into it. So last week the price was actually there was so much spikes in the market whereby before market price would actually move in a key direction, price might actually spike up a couple of times, and there was so much I would say price kept on ranging. So there was actually so much chaos in the market in some way, and we closed the week pretty base. Here on the channel you'd actually see that. You could see it here, 0R. Like, we only had, I think I called multiple trades though, but we had like 3 BEs or so and about 7 more. I think 7, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, yeah, 7 actual trades that were actually executed aside the BEs. And one of those trades we got price delivered 6R. It was a 6R trade, but then you could notice that already the other losses would actually clear out what we actually made through the week. So that was actually how crazy it was. Crazy fact is that I started trading an account. I created a journal, actually a web-based journal. I haven't deployed it yet, but a web-based journal, and I started trading the accounts there on that journal after we had actually gotten that win. So I can actually literally show you guys here the condition of the account. You could see, so I just took only 4 trades on this and only 5 trades here, yeah, because I started trading this guy before the other guy. But basically everything is I've just been following up to my plan exactly, and I haven't been actually fighting the market or trying to overtrade or anything, and it's actually been great despite the fact that we haven't made any progression with last week. But then in this video we're breaking down everything clearly so that we could actually get the best of what's to come. So without any further delay, let's start from Monday. Already I've broken everything down into each day down to Friday right here. So this was Monday. So if you can remember clearly from the weekly outlook video that I dropped, I forgot, from the weekly outlook tweets and also the weekly outlook breakdown that I dropped on the channel, I was actually bullish at first when price came to this region and expected that somehow price should be able to push up higher from this level. But then according to my tweets, if price couldn't push up higher, if we get a full body close below this level, most likely price will just use this region and continue to sell off. And that's basically what we actually got with this particular week here, because already we had the close below this level already. But we're expecting that if this guy was able to close above this guy's push higher, but then we saw with the market token, price actually held up to sell down lower, just as I said on that particular tweet. If you haven't checked that out, check that out. And also the weekly look is on the screen too, so you can actually get the close look about that. So after the market open, price quite sold off some more to take out this particular low here, which was actually the previous week's low. And one thing that happens when price actually takes out this previous week highs or lows is that most likely price may use that same region or same level to give out some kind of trades. So if we should come back up to 15 minutes, this was very early, I think during the Asian session, and I don't trade Asian session as much as I do again, but we could see that the Asian session price sold down, took out the previous week low, and immediately we saw a push into that level. So after price pushed into that level, next thing we got some nice rejection, but the price was able to close and break out of it. If price had maybe on lower time frame, but I wouldn't be checking that, but maybe on lower time frame, price was able to tap back into this level, this would have been a great point to actually buy up market towards taking TP somewhere here. I think somewhere here at least, because if it would actually break this level, guys, now we'll actually expect that it should be able to take out this high like it did right here. But let's come back towards the London session. When we come back towards London, there was something that happened here. There was a break of structure here because this high was the high that actually took out this low. So this guy here now, you would actually expect to see some form of bearish reaction coming from this level, and we could see that when price tapped into it, we saw some form of reaction. But then instead of price to break lower and to chase this low, price kept on breaking highs. Sorry, price kept on breaking highs, and that's what brought about this particular break and price coming back, because it wasn't able to close lower than this and kept on breaking up. And if we go up to the 1 hour time frame, when we come up to the 1 hour time frame, there's something I want us to mark, taking it off on the one, sorry, from 30 minutes. When we come up to the 30 minutes time frame, there was something that happened at this particular level here. You'd notice that towards late London now, price was able to give a full body close. This is actually the confirmation, because this level was getting noisy and acting in the range already, so there was noise at this point. But the key was for price to be able to break and close above. This was once the support level, so break and close above the support level, then we look for entries. And my expectation too was even that if we should actually get this break above this level, price should hold this level still and push up higher. But then you could see that the other block was sitting right here. And if we should take our buys from this level, we could easily get let's say we're chasing liquidity at this point, because this was somehow, yeah, this was during the New York session, I think. Yeah, price tapped this during the New York session, so this would actually be that London high. And also, if you notice, market later closed and opened, so it was Monday's high. So this was actually one of the key trades you could actually get a hold of on Monday if you didn't catch these buys from this region. So this was actually one of the key levels, and it was still very, very noisy, actually. It was still very, very noisy, and you could just put targets here, just nice sharp 3-hour trade. So this was actually very, very noisy. So after this push, my expectation was that, I think I called this particular trade, and we held. But then after this move, I asked my team to actually move their stop loss to B, and price took B and started to push. So me going to bed that day, I did not expect that price to actually fall back lower and do anything, because already now we've closed above the support level and reclaimed that level. So if at all anything that I expected was that, you can see this inversion right here, this inversion average right here that price was trying to use to hold to push down lower. I expected that price would actually come back towards that level, hold this guy and push up higher to take out this high. But notice what happened. This is where things get very crazy, and this is why sometimes noise can really be very, very wild. This is where things got crazy. Notice what happened. Instead of price to hold this level, we saw it tap into that level. But instead of price to hold it, we saw that price actually got down and closed below that support level. That means it has broken that level again and flipped it to be a resistance level again. And one thing with this kind of entries is that, let's say I wouldn't want to actually chase a lot of higher time frames or so that I'll just make this video fast. I don't want it to be too long. But what happens is that, since we notice what happened here, price tapped into the inversion, but instead of price to be able to push up high, we just saw next thing, boom, price sold up. And if I should go down to 15 minutes, time frame, this failure here, at this point for price to push up higher, was actually a very sweet honey spot to actually sell gold. It's actually a sweet honey. In fact, this whole region here would be the key level to sell gold, and keeping your stop loss at the other end of that inversion. But already we saw this high that tapped into our inversion level, but then instead of price to push up higher and take it out, it failed to do that. That means we could easily take sales from this point right here. Try to keep our stop somewhere here. You could see how the stops are very wide, but keep our stop somewhere here. If we should go back to 30 minutes, you could see that it actually correlates somehow to where the level somewhere very close to the other end of our inversion FVG, and you can chase this low, because for price to close below that support level again, it means that it's actually going to push down lower. it's actually going to push down lower. And this is actually all the noise that I've been talking about, and how price kept on being so noisy. And I think you could actually, for those that even were late, you could actually still get a very nice confirmation, because the fact that price pushed in to pick orders from this level and then immediately gave full body close below with a very aggressive bearish candle. You could see this guy already. This is actually a break of structure. We should go down to 15 minutes again. Let's go down to 15 minutes. We'll come back down to 15 minutes. We'll come back down to 15 minutes. Sorry, my network is actually being shitty right now. Okay, when we come back down to 15 minutes, you can see it's actually a break of structure, and it's actually even sitting on where our let's say where our FVG, our inversion FVG started from. So if you want more confirmation, you could actually wait and you could actually get it easily. I think this was the confirmation entry I actually called or used this day on this trade, and let's keep the stop on this high, because I made a mistake with the second trade that I didn't put in a good SL placement, and it actually affected that trade. But see, very beautiful trade. So this actually happened on Tuesday, and this was actually the trade that I actually called on from the report I showed you guys. It was actually this particular trade. Yeah, it was actually a very beautiful one, and a very quick one for that matter. So this happened on Tuesday. So coming down to Wednesday now, when we came back down to Wednesday, price had taken out this low right here. So my key expectation was actually for price to actually retrace higher, and probably when we come back towards these key premium levels, price would actually looking to sell some more, because already this sell-off that took out this low, we could see this very sweet block right here, this sweet POI right here. So one of the key things I was looking at, that price could actually come back towards that level. But from what we can see, let's draw this out. I want us to take note of something, because we'll be looking at a lot of things. So this was actually my expectation for price to come back towards this level. And let's go down to 30 minutes. And when we come back down to 30 minutes here, we could see that after price delivered TP towards Asian session, we saw price selling off some more to take out Tuesday's low right here. And after price took out Tuesday's low, I think I was active on this particular day, and I was actually looking at this particular entry, but I didn't actually share it with anyone. It had moved already when I got active, but I was looking at this particular entry right here. This thing that happened here after price took out this Tuesday's low right here. We saw this candle, this other block here. We saw the full body close above it. So my expectation was that price would actually pick the trade. Yeah, this was actually my expectation, that price would actually pick this particular trade, but I wasn't, just because of the noise that was actually quite much, I wasn't just too confident about it. So instead of me to execute it, I just left it. So very similar to what happened on Monday, very similar to the stuff that happened right here on Monday. Sorry about this noise, I don't even know what's happening right there, but you could easily chase this key level right there. You could see it was actually a very beautiful setup, delivered properly, delivered a very nice beautiful 7 hour. I expected it to move, but then I was expecting that probably towards this whole this level here we might get some rejection. So I was even actually able to, I think we should come back down to 15 minutes. Sorry about this noise. If we should come back down to 15 minutes, this point somewhere around this level, I was actually expecting price to sell off, to come down and clear out this level, because already if I saw a re-entry here right here, there was a re-entry right here for price to pick this trade. But when it got to this level here, I was expecting some kind of bearish reaction, because already we had the whole break and everything. But I expected that if price was actually going to push up higher, it won't actually come back to this level again, because this level has been mitigated already. So I expected that if it failed to push up higher from this point, and we get confirmation on lower time frame, which we actually got that day. If you should get that confirmation on lower time frame, let's check. We should get that confirmation. I think I was looking at something that day. I think somewhere right here. I was looking at this also. That's because already this whole move that was happening here was actually bullish. So I expected that if price broke this particular level here, you could actually get some sell entries that would actually look like this. Yeah, something like this. So if you should get something like this, let's change this back. I didn't expect that price would actually come back up after moving about, I think this move is about how many pips? Let's see, about 200 pips or so. Yeah, so I didn't expect it to come back. They expect that if it's able to push down this low, close below this guy, we would actually sell off. But next thing, immediately this thing happened. Like, it was like one time view profits, because we were in profits. Then all of a sudden this next candle just flipped up. If not, like, it was actually a very nice move. But the bullish trade was actually very, very nice, and it was actually something that, if not the fact that I didn't even actually pay attention very much to it, I would have actually milked it very well. So coming down towards the closing of Wednesday, we saw price coming into this very level I was talking about, but there was no confirmation, because the expectation is that after it tapped into, if it closes, it gives a break of structure that's close below this particular candle here, then we can actually look for entries on the lower time frame. But notice what happened. That's why I didn't even actually stress myself, because I was observing the market after that trade, but I didn't actually stress myself. But notice what happened. After it tapped into this level, we saw a strong spike that actually took out. If you were actually on this trade, your stop loss will be somewhere around here. So we saw a very strong spike that actually took the trades out that were at this level. Then price actually held up to this level. I think even if you go down to that time frame, you actually see a very nice buy setup somewhere here. Let's even check it out. You can actually see a very nice buy setup. So if we check it out, you could see that we had something as though price was actually going to pick up, was actually going to sell off with this guy here. But when price got back into the key level to sell, we saw a break, and this was the break of structure in this particular level. So with this break of structure, we could easily position, this is what they call a failure swing, and if we could easily position our trade somewhere here, let's take this out, we easily position buys somewhere here. So if you're active around this period, like, actually easily get something like this, keep the stops right here, and actually target towards our support level that was flipped. It's actually just a 2-hour trade, but if you could actually keep it tight to your stop here, you would actually get somewhere around a 3-hour to a 4-hour trade that targets the support level. So it's actually a very chill entry to it actually happen. But notice what happened. This was where I said about the whole noise that kept on happening. This was now on Thursday. After price did this, instead of price to hold up, to push up higher, as it's been able to break that level again, where our support level was sitting at, like, they flipped this now. Instead of it to be able to hold on and push up higher from that point again, when it just broke out of that level, next thing we saw was that serious rejection. Price sold off again, breaking this level again, which clearly this thing that just happened at this point actually indicated that the possibility that it will actually push up higher has then been cancelled again. Yeah, so my expectation from this level was that if you should let's go up to 1 hour time frame. Is it on 1 hour? I think it should be 4 hours. Let's chance you guys to see something. Okay, it's not appearing on the Wanda chart. It's not actually appearing on the Wanda chart. But on the Wanda chart, there was a particular entry that actually showed up. It's actually something that we use a lot on this channel. Let's go down to 1 hour then. Let's go down to the 1 hour time frame. But on the 1 hour time frame, we had this level here. But one thing I'm looking at this level is that I'm not actually considering it that much, or I wasn't considering it that much, but I knew that there was a tendency that we could actually see some kind of reaction from this particular level here if price should tap into it because of this aggressive push that actually changed the trajectory of everything that day. So if we let's go back to 30 minutes. When we go back down, sorry, let's mark out something from the another time frame. I just saw something here that I missed. You could see this was the point whereby price broke this level, because if it was going to continue pushing higher, this level should have been able to help it to reclaim this level to continue pushing up higher, to do something like this, basically coming back here, doing something like this, claiming this level and pushing up higher, something of that nature. It was actually something that could actually have expected from this level, but instead we saw this full close below this level. So I was actually eyeing this level very well, because I knew that this would actually be one of the key points whereby price would actually react from to actually sell off. And if you could see what happened, if you should take this, I think we can actually refine this. This was early New York, but I wouldn't say this was actually one of the best. This was actually the best point to actually take this, but we'll come back to that. But you could see this was actually a very sweet spot. But if we're honestly taking this trade, let's take it from this FVG right here. Taking this trade from this FVG right here, our stop would be wide. That's why the market has been crazy. Actually, our stop loss would be as wide as this. Can you see? Our stop loss would be as wide as this. I'll come back to this. So if we're taking this from that point with that wide stop loss, my target was actually chasing this low. That price would actually clear out this low. It's actually not so bad. It's a nice 4-hour trade, I would say. It's actually not so bad. So for price to trigger that, next thing when it got to this key level that I was talking about again, what did we see? Aggressive bullish move that came back into, let's go up to 30 minutes. A very aggressive bullish move. I think if I was on this trade right now, like maybe I would have placed B already, because this move already, I should actually be on partials already. I should have actually taken my partials already, because it's cleared nearly halfway or more. Yeah, I think about halfway through the particular trade level, it's cleared it out. So for price to come back here, it was very bullish, and I would actually clear out or reduce, how would I say this? I would actually take out like most of my positions already. So price coming back here would actually clear me out on B, but then I could actually hold this again, because most times this is a very sensitive level. This particular guy is one of the key levels that you could actually sell gold from. So if I'm holding that, but just the fact that you're already on this sell, then seeing price do this, your expectation would be most likely it could actually take yours. But taking this is actually a very key level, like one of the strongest level that you could actually take that sell from, and this is actually much more refined. What happened late NY, so you could actually do something like this, and you could see that with a move that was actually secure about 5 to 9. But let me tell you that this is not actually the purpose of what I'm actually trying to explain. So after this happened now, notice something that happened. There's something important that happened at this point. There was a break of structure here, because after this move, price took out this particular low here with this high. So for price to do this, for price to push up as high as this, you consider this another change of character, and your expectation would be that the moment price taps back into this level, this low here, this guy here that tapped into this point, we should be able to say that from this level here, price should be able to push up higher and take out this particular high again. But it keeps rejecting, and this is what has actually been fueling a lot of sales I've been calling, because it will start to move in a bullish manner, but next time we see a failure, and that's exactly what happened here. This was a very nice FVG for price to do this from, but it tapped into, I think, nearly the midpoint of the FVG, tapped nearly into this inversion here. So very strong stuff for it to be able to push up higher, and in correlation to even this level that has been flipped again. So I expected it to push up higher, but guess what happened? Price gave a full body close below this low. This automatically is a sell. I think a lot of things actually affected the trades I called last week, because I was actually looking for refinement. Like after I see things on the higher time frame, I actually go down lower to now call those trades. The lower time frame was shitty. It was very messy. You could actually call the trade, and price may tap into your entry multiple times before even moving. So that's actually what fucked this up. So this is your key level to take this trade. This is a very key. I don't even think that with the market open, unless somehow gold is able to clear up this high, I don't think it should be able to push up. I think it's actually going to sell off some more. So with this, like, I would actually still target this low. This is actually a very nice 5R entry. So I would actually still target this low, because you could see this our trade was not invalidated with what happened. It will actually still be on. So this actually is actually very, very strong and would actually be a very nice entry to close Monday. I initially called sales on Monday, but then the sale got stopped. I think one of this spiking, and the sale was actually on a lower time frame. But a sweet spot for me to have actually called this sale was actually somewhere here. But the fact that price picked this sales from this level, I just refined, because I was trying to refine lower to cut down the size of our stops and all, and that's actually what got us stopped the more. So this is actually what would have been a very nice close on gold on Friday. And you could see, despite the noise, there's actually clarity on the higher time frames compared to the lower time frames with everything that is going on. So with this, actually, what would I actually be expecting to see with the course of next week? I think most likely what would actually happen, let's go up a bit to 1 hour time frame. Let's go up a bit to 1 hour. When we come up to 1 hour, I think most likely price would actually come somewhere towards this guy, something to trick the bullish guys, a bit. And remember, we've closed below this average that was sitting at this region here. So if you imagine this candle closed below and price still played within that average. Let's go down to 30 minutes. First. When we go down to 30 minutes, you could see price still played within that average level. So I expect that price would actually come into this region, even though I don't like the fact that this candle is sitting there, but price should be able to come into this region, this level, something like this, and sell off. This is actually what I'm actually expecting. Because if we should look at something like this, if we should take this, we could see that the whole bullish move that happened from this level to this guy that wanted to invalidate everything was moving on this bullish trend line right here. But price gave a full body close out of it and came back. I think this was where I messed up. Yeah, we even have a very nice thing right here. We have a very nice FVG right here. Let me clear this out. Let's clear this out. Remember, when you're taking breakout trades from trend line, usually you look for the spot that price broke out from. That would be your entry. But then we had this very nice FVG at this level, and there's something clear about the buys. There's nothing clear at all. I would actually say that there's nothing clear about them. Something like this, refine, and should clear the other end of that particular trend line. So you could see price even respected it, because after the breakout, we still got in before this. So probably this market open, we could actually get this other FVG. The market open, we could actually get some entries that would float towards these points before we push down. We push down lower to sell something around this guy here. I think it should be somewhere here. Something like this. If we just adjust this, we should actually get to see what the stops are usually are wide lately. Let's just it's better to actually use a proper stop compared to coming to like get tweaked out, and maybe you could see your position running because you had a very wrong SL placement. That happened a lot. So this is actually something that you could actually expect with the market open. This would actually should be a very nice setup. Yeah, something like this. So we can actually probably expect this with the new week. But then now we could actually something about confirmation. Confirmation is very necessary. Confirmation is very important. Let's do something on 15 minutes time frame. Is it 15 minutes? We had but basically the confirmation on this would just be if price should pick this or not, coming down this full body close below this low here should give us something like this. So that should be some kind of confirmation that you should actually be looking out for. So I'll be seeing you guys on the next one. The weekly outlook video will be live too very soon, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.